Hello, boys and girls. We're going to practice our double final consonants in our Reader's Notebook on page 74. So this first one is CK. If you remember from phonics lesson, CK makes one sound, and it is K. The next one is GG. There's two G's. That's why they call them double. And two G's make the one sound, and that sound is G. G. Actually, that was two sounds, wasn't it? Two G's make one sound, G. And next we have a double S. And that makes the S sound. And then we have a double L. And they make the ol sound. Okay, so ol, s, g, and k. So this is, look at, there's noise coming out of his bill. Quack. Which of these makes the k sound? That one. CK makes the k sound. All right. What sound does a snake make? He says hiss. Hiss. So make your S's. Make sure your S's are ducking underneath the dotted lines. Okay, next we have a lock. Lock. You know what? That says g. S, l. We're going to have to use that CK again to spell the k sound in lock. So there's a C and a K. Okay, here's an egg. Which of these double final consonants make the G sound? GG. Egg. And notice my G, how it's ducking underneath the dotted line. Look how very plump my G is. The stomach, it's actually a goose, right? Its stomach of the goose is touching that bottom line. So don't make any like skinny G's like that, okay, that don't use the dotted line. Make sure they're nice and plump. Okay, next we have a doll. What makes the ol sound? Which double final consonant makes the ol sound? Oh, there are two L's make the ol sound. And finally we have sock. What? The only one up here that makes the k sound is CK. Excuse me. So next we have our sight words that we practiced. This one, I have the big version right here. Let's see. Every, there's every. Away, there's away. Call, that's a double final consonant. Call, there's call. Said, that word says said. Is there one that we're missing? Yes. Here. And last one is come. There's the word come. So now we're going to fit these into the sentences. So does dog like to play? Does here dog like to play? Does said dog like to play? Does call dog come to play? Does every dog like to play? It might be every. Does come dog like to play? Does away dog? It's going to be every. Circle the word every. Now you, in your very best handwriting, are going to write every. When we make our E, we start between the bottom and the dotted line. Ev. And then this E is silent. Re. Every. Does every dog like to play? Does your word every look like mine? Did you use the handwriting lines? Mem, she did not see the dog. Mem said she did not see the dog. I look up here and I think that's the only one it could be. Let's write the word said. When you make your S, make sure it doesn't go above that dotted line. It has to duck under it. Said. For some strange reason, the A and the I make the eh sound. Said. Said. Mem said she did not see the dog. Did you write the word said like that in your on your page? Jack will here to help me. No. Jack will call to help me. No. Jack will come to help me. Come to help me. Look, it looks like she had a chore and she had to pull weeds or maybe, oh, it looks like she's going to plant plants. And he came to help her. Jack will come to help me. Make the word come in your very best handwriting. We're making an M. M has a line, and then we have our two hills, and then we make our E at the end. Come. Jack will come to help me. Sam and Jill are far, are far here. Sam and Jill are far. Call. Sam and Jill are far away. Yep, the word is away. Funny thing about the word away is that the A spells the sound. So it's w, a. And it has a little word in it. Way. Way. Away. Sam and Jill are far away. We're on number 5 now. Did you the clock tick? Did you hear the clock tick? Yes, it's the word hear. All right, did you hear? So H is a tall letter. It's lowercase, but it still touches the top. And look at how the back of it, because remember, it's a horse. The back of it is touching the dotted line. So don't make yours look like a giraffe. Don't do that. Make sure that the back is high and it touches the dotted line. Here. Here. Did you hear the clock tick? There's one word left, and there's one sentence left. Vaughn will call on me to sing. Call. The funny thing about the word call is that the A makes the ah sound. And we already knew that two L's make one sound. Oh, call. Vaughn will call on me to sing. So maybe, what could he be singing? Maybe he was going to sing a song at church? Maybe he was going to sing happy birthday to the grandma that was on the phone? I don't know, but Vaughn will call on me to sing. Okay, next page. So here we have a bee. What sound does a bee make? Does he make the buzz sound? Bzz. Yes, he does. How do we spell the z sound? With two Z's. I think you guys will be able to do this. It's very intuitive. CK makes the k sound, so it can't be buck. It has to be buzz, buzz. This is a tack, t-ack. Which two letters make the k sound? Right, the C and the K. They make one sound, k, tack. Oh, looks like this is this a puff? This is a puff. Maybe cheerleaders could puff, they could stick it in powder and puff their noses with it so their noses won't shine? I don't know. Some people use a puff to powder themselves. It used to be more something you did in the old days. Use a puff. But in any case, the two letters that made the f sound were the two F's. Puff. This is a miss? No. Mit. Mit. The two T's make the t sound. Mit. Make sure that your T's cross right on the dotted line. Make sure they do not look like plus signs. This is not a proper first grade T. They're tall lowercase letters. They touch the top and they cross on the dotted line. Okay, what sound does a snake make? Do you remember that from the other page? Hiss. Hiss. They don't say hill. They say hiss. The double S makes the S sound at the end of the word, hiss. And finally, we have the word duck. D-uck. And the CK makes the K sound. If I were to have picked the LL, I would say dull, dull. And that's not a dull, it's a duck. Okay. Our last activity is to practice our spelling words. And let's go ahead and do that. We want to write the words that begin with a vowel. And remember, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Any word up here that begins with a vowel, we're going to write it over here. So let's look. Do any of the words start with A? First one does. Let's write that. An. Like there is an elephant at the zoo. Let me see if there's any more A words. No. Any E words? Any that begin with an E? No. Any that begin with an I? No. Any that begin with an O? No. Any that begin with a U? No. So this is the only word that begins with a vowel. All the rest, all these right here, bad, can, had, cat, ran, we're going to write in our best handwriting right here. So let's write bad, B. That's a B. That's an A. Bad, D. That's a D. Make sure your B's are bats and balls and your D's are doorknobs and doors. Bad. We did bad. Now we're going to do can. K. Okay, remember that the K sound is spelled with a C. K. An. Can. Now we're going to do had. Add. Had. This is good spelling practice. Had. Cat. I think you knew how to spell that word coming in. At. Finally, we have to write the word ran. An. Ran. Okay. Well, that's enough in our reader's notebook for today. Toodaloo.